Are you investing to build long term wealth? Do you think your portfolio is on the right track? What if one mistake is quietly reducing your returns? Could you be making this costly error without knowing it? Most importantly, how can you avoid it? To explain this, we have financial expert Mr. Satish Prabhu with us. Sir, over to you.
Enjoy the coffee. Now, this story is about a group of alumni or ex-students of a professor who decided one day that, we've not met this professor for the last 20 years. So let's go and meet him today. And this was one of their favorite professors. So when they go to the professor's house, the professor says that, oh, please have a seat. And when the kids start talking, they talk about their college life first. They talk about the good times they had in college. And slowly the stories change to their personal lives and, how things have gone in their personal lives. Some have good stories, some have not so good stories. Some crib about their office. Some say that, there is so much of politics and all of that. But all of them are reasonably good and successful in their lives. But they still have their own problem. And the professor hears all of this and brings them a tray full of, coffee in various cups. And the students look at all the cups, and the cups are very fancy. If you can see in the picture, very, very fancy cup. And some are very simple cups. Some are made of crockery, some are made of, some different material and all of that. Some are very fancy, some are very simple. Some are transparent, some are not. And what the students do is that they pick up the best cups that come their way. And what is left behind is the not so good cups, the simple cups. The professor notices this and he tells them that I noticed that you chose the best cups in the tray. And what I see left behind is the not so good cups. But remember one thing, that the cups are only to have the coffee. You are not going to have the cup, you are having the coffee. So to have the coffee, it is not important that you should drink the coffee in the best cup. You should just enjoy the coffee. So he says that this is very similar to your lives. You are enjoying the best life. You are enjoying the best positions. You are very successful. You have a lot of money, but you are not enjoying the coffee. You are just enjoying the cup. The coffee is life. While you have the best cup, it is very important that your focus should not be on the cup. Your focus should be on the coffee. That is life. You should focus on the happiness in your life. You should focus on the happiness that money can bring, not just the money. Money is just a means to an end. It is not the end. So the students were taken aback by that observation of the professor, and it made them think about what they were doing. And this is how we look at our investments as well. We look at return from our funds, and that is the cup. We just look at the returns. Now, here is an example of the best large cap funds which have a track record of more than 10 years. There are 23 such funds, out of which only 8 funds, only 8 have made it to the top in any one of the years. So you can see that I have not named the funds for obvious reasons. But Fund A to Fund H are 8 funds which have been given the best returns in any one of the years from 2015 to 2024. Now, you realize one thing, that none of the funds have been consistently toppers for the last 10 years. None of them. So, if I give you this chart and tell you that choose your fund, choose the fund that you want to invest in 2025. It will be very difficult for you to decide whether it's Fund A or Fund B or Fund C or Fund D. Very difficult, because there are only 2 funds which have made it to the top. Okay, they have topped in 2 out of 10 years. So there are only these 2 funds, Fund A and Fund B. Rest of the 6 funds have topped only once. So it's very difficult to decide which is the best fund to choose for 2025. So let us go by the advice that Asset Plus does, or whoever is your advisor. Let us leave that decision to them. Our job is to focus on our goals. Do we have the money to meet the goals of the education of our kids? Do we have the money to meet the goals of their marriage? Do we have the money to meet the goals of our retirement? It's not important to decide which fund has given what returns. That is not our job. Our job is to ensure that whether we have the money to meet our goal, we have to enjoy the coffee and we concentrate on the cup. We decide, oh my God, fund in 2015, the investor chooses fund number H because the fund has given the best returns. In 2016, the investor decides to choose fund F because it has given the best return. In 2017, investor chooses fund G because it has given the best returns. In 3 years, three funds, three different funds. In 2018, again a fourth fund, fund A. Now, what are you exactly doing? Why are you moving around here and there? Just choose a fund which can give you reasonably good returns and not jumping around to choose the best fund. That's the story. Concentrate on the coffee, which is your goal. Do not look at the cups because the cups have nothing to do with the coffee. They are just holding the coffee. It just holds the coffee. Similarly, if I look at equity, gold, all of that, none of them give you the best returns throughout. Sometimes it's equity, sometimes it's gold. Sometimes equity is right at the bottom, sometimes gold is right at the bottom. So it's never that everyone will give you the best returns. So it is better to choose a mix of portfolios and make it a hybrid portfolio. If you see in the purple, the hybrid portfolio is well balanced and stays in the middle and doesn't go up, nor is it the worst. So that's the advantage of choosing a hybrid. Similarly, when we choose a large cap fund or a mid cap fund or a small cap fund, they are never the toppers. They are not consistently the topper. It's sometimes small, it's sometimes mid, it's sometimes large. But it's always good to choose a diversified portfolio of large, mid, and small. Look at a multi-cap. A multi-cap is never at the top, nor is it at the bottom. It is somewhere in between. So choose something that is a mix and gives you a blend of portfolios and never, you know, gives you very low returns, nor it can give you very high returns. Similarly, when it comes to global portfolios, you are choosing US, you're choosing India. Sometimes US is at the top, sometimes India is at the top. Sometimes US is at the bottom, sometimes India is at the bottom. Very difficult to choose. So there is nothing that is correct. So it's always good to have a well-balanced portfolio of all asset classes, of little bit of US or some geographies, to give you a good blend of a hybrid portfolio. So it's not about market volatility, it's about investor behavior. This is what matters the most. The happiest people don't have the best of everything, they just make the best of everything.
Thanks for your detailed answer. If you have any doubts regarding this or any other financial decision, don't hesitate to book an appointment with our financial experts. The link to the appointment is given in the description below. And also, would you like to know more about finance and investment? Then we would recommend you to attend our live webinar. The link to the webinar is also given in the description below. The webinar is absolutely free. If you like this video, hit like. If you are new to our channel, please do subscribe. Thanks for watching.